49, come on, 50, let's go. Let's go, baby. 50. Guys, I made a mistake. There is an even higher power level on the Escape electric bike's Ranger than I was testing on my last video, the initial impressions video. You guys can check that out in the upper right hand corner. I'll also leave it in the description below. But Joel, the CEO of Escape Electric Bikes, texted me. He's like, hey, are you gonna try boost mode? And I said, boost mode? What are you talking about, boost mode? He said, yeah, there's a level higher than Sport Plus. So the entire first video was in Sport Plus, but today we're gonna be checking out boost mode, which is an even higher power level than the last video. We're also gonna be talking about the adjustments with the pedal assist settings and the torque settings and the power settings that you can do in the display. We'll talk about the minimum seat height, the weight of the bike, the adjustability of the handlebar, and the pricing of this bike, which I'll address right now. So Joel is using a deposit model where you put down a certain amount. You don't have to pay for the whole bike up front. You put down a percentage on the bike, and then I think around August 12th, the rest is due. And with my code, it ends up being about $2,774. So well under the price tag of $3,000 and free shipping, no tax if you're purchasing out of state. So if that interests you, click the link in the description below, or you can use the QR code right over here. Just scan that with your phone. That'll go straight to the Escape Electric Bikes website. First thing I want to do with today's video is start with a top speed test at full charge. We are at 100% battery level. We're going to roll down the hill and get to our top speed testing site. Let's jump right in. All right, guys, we are approaching our top speed testing site. We're gonna set it all the way up to boost mode. See how it goes from Sport to Sport Plus. That's what I thought was highest. And now we're on boost mode. We're gonna pedal up to speed and see where the throttle takes us. And we're at 99% battery level charge. That's about as good as it's gonna get. Here we go. Pedal, pedal, pedal. 40, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, what? Holy crap, 48. Oh my, 49. Wow, we have 49 going one way. Holy. Let's see what we get going the other way. Pedal up to speed. Looks like ghost pedaling is around 35 miles an hour, and let's hit it, guys. 44, 45, 46, 48, 49, come on, 50, let's go. Let's go, baby. Come on, 50, 49, 50. Woo! Holy, oh man. Okay, so full charge definitely helped. We hit 50 freaking miles an hour on this thing. Going one way, 49 going the other, and that is with a 200-pound rider. It's about 85 to 90 degrees out right now. So if you were lighter, you could probably consistently hit 50 miles an hour on this bike. For 20-inch wheels, you guys don't understand how fast that wheel has to spin to hit that type of speed. Let's test the ghost pedaling again. Yeah, ghost pedaling, pretty much after 35, you don't want to pedal. But why would you want to when you can go this fast? Holy! Woo-hoo-hoo! 47, 48, oh my God! Brakes, oh yeah. Brakes work well, and by the way, this bike has 203mm rotors with quad piston Tektro brakes, and I'm very happy it has that very good setup because number one, this is a very fast bike. We went 50 miles an hour, and number two, this bike, it's not a lightweight bike. I did weigh everything today. The bike itself without the batteries is just under 100 pounds, somewhere around 98 pounds. And the batteries are just under 35 pounds. So we'll say this bike is just under 135 pounds, somewhere around there. And since we're talking about the physical characteristics of the bike, let's continue on with that. Minimum seat height, 34 inches. I did measure it. I will throw up on the screen a bunch of measurements that are up on the website so you guys can take a look. Feel free to pause it at this point in the video if you want to get a better look, or just visit the Escape Electric Bikes website. Link in the description below. Now this seat post length is somewhat limited because the suspension is right here. So this is a slightly shorter seat post. However, you guys are going to get a second seat post that is longer, so that if you are a taller rider, you can safely have a taller seat height and you'll be comfortable on this bike. And this wouldn't be a bad exercise bike because it has a torque sensor. You can switch it to cadence if you want, or you can make it a torque sensor, and it has what seems to be standard bicycle geometry. That means you're going to get good hip and ankle extension riding this bike, especially if you lift that seat up. And you're going to get a ton of range too, because 35 amp hours of 72 volt battery, that's a lot of battery. Oh, and by the way, you can use this bike with only the frame battery installed. You don't need to use that top battery, which is great if you're just going to be doing a short ride. Moving up front, we have a BMX style handlebar, which is attached to this adjustable stem. There was one comment in my first video. One person wasn't a huge fan of this setup. What's nice about this setup is that if you want to keep it, if you like it, go ahead and keep it. It's going to give you a nice upright seating position. What's most important is that you get enough cable length here so that if you do want to easily switch the stem out or even switch the handlebars out, you can do that and you don't have to worry about not having enough length for the brake lines and all the cables, because I'd rather have this too long. That way I can bring the handlebars down if I want and I won't have any issues. Some bikes, they start down here with shorter length wires and shorter length brake cables, and then you have to redo all of that if you do want to get a more upright riding position. Let's say you did want to install a tall BMX handlebar. So with this setup, you can move this stem or neck, whatever it's called, forwards. You can also move the handlebars forwards. You have a lot of adjustability for the handlebar positioning, a lot of adjustability for the seat positioning. So if you're a taller rider, you would be comfortable on this bike. Or if you're a smaller rider, you'd be just fine as well. And of course, you guys can do whatever you want with the handlebar setup. You can install a shorter stem, you can install lower handlebars, whatever you want. You can kind of turn this thing into your own bike, which is kind of nice. Let's test out the different acceleration levels for all the pedal assist levels. And by the way, those are all adjustable. We're going to get into that in a moment. Starting off with eco mode, throttle only, 3, 2, 1, go. Still pretty strong, wow. And see how it cut me off at 20? That's because it's currently set to 20 miles an hour. Remember, we can't adjust that, and I will show you how to do that in a moment. Something else I noticed is that there is an estimated range number right over here. So when I'm in eco mode, it shows me 32. If I go to tour mode, it goes to 29. Sport mode goes to 27, and I think that's calibrated in accordance with whatever the battery percentage is. I guarantee you guys, you're gonna get more range than whatever this currently says. I think in the settings, it doesn't know that there's 35 amp hours of 72 volt battery in here. You're definitely gonna get way more range than 32 miles on eco mode with this much battery. Next up, touring mode. 3, 2, 1, go. Still a pretty strong start, but I think we're gonna get a higher top speed. See that? So that's touring mode. Let's try the other settings. Sport mode. Still a good start. The acceleration feels the same, but I think the top speed levels are going to be different. Sport Plus, that's what we used last time. Here we go. Still a good acceleration. Oh yeah, more mid-range torque for sure. Wow, look at this. We're getting up to speed really quick. And now for the fun part, the part that I missed yesterday. Boost mode. Here we go. Boost mode, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So definitely stronger acceleration in boost mode. Let's try that again. Boost mode, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, the mid-range torque on boost mode is higher than on Sport Plus. Let me show you guys some of the display settings. So if you press the power button once, you can cycle through your estimated range, calories burned, your cadence. So that's actually going to measure your cadence. That's pretty cool if you're into that kind of stuff. Time the bike has been on, trip meter, odometer, max speed, average speed, back to range. Over here, it shows you how much power you're currently using in wattage, this little bar that fills up. Obviously right here, it shows you which mode, battery level, speedometer. And to get to the advanced settings, you hold the up and down arrows. You can adjust screen brightness, how long the bike will stay on if you're not using it, 12-hour or 24-hour clock format, different themes for the bike, different pedal assist levels. Let's actually bring that down to 4 right now. Oh, look at that. If we switch it to 4 levels, there's different modes. There's off, comfort, tour plus, and boost mode. We're just going to keep it at boost mode the whole time. Trip reset, and then you go to more info. You can switch from mile an hour to kilometers an hour, service tips, AL sensitivity. I'm not sure what that is right now, but I will leave a note in this video telling you guys what that is. Boot password, pedal assist mode. You know what? I want to switch this to a cadence sensor. So we're going to switch it to cadence. There it is. Let's keep checking out the settings. So wheel size, you can use that to make the speedometer more or less accurate. Speed limit, that's set as high as it can go. Then you also get some different languages you can switch to. Again, changing the themes. And here's where you can adjust a lot of different settings. Check this out. You can adjust the pedal speed limit percentage for every single pedal assist level. So currently I just have 3. You can have more if you want. So I can adjust that with extreme precision. You can adjust the pedal current limit, which is pretty much how strong each level will accelerate. Throttle speed limit, throttle current limit. So you can make this bike set to class 2 or class 3 power levels if that's something you're interested in. And just for fun, we're gonna see what the boost mode acceleration is like without the top battery. Take the key, unlock, make sure we turn the bike off. And let's take this battery out. All right, let's try it out. Boost mode, here we go. Try that again. Nah, front wheel does not want to come up for me. One more time. Boost mode. Yeah, so this is not a wheelie machine. So if you guys aren't into wheelies, this might be a great option for you. Let's put this battery back on. Turn the bike off. Put the battery on. Make sure the battery is on. Lock it in place, and we are Gucci. Whoa, boost mode is still very strong. Mid-range torque for boost mode. Holy crap. Oh yeah, that's insane. What I want to do now is redo the steep grassy hill of doom. I would like to see if boost mode makes a big difference. We already made it up in Sport Plus mode. But now let's try boost mode. See how boost mode feels off the line at a traffic light. Here we go. Look at that, 30, 35, 37, 40, and this is going uphill, guys. Holy crap. God, this thing is fast. If you guys want to keep up with faster moving traffic, this bike might be a good option. Oh my goodness. What? That is insane. And it is so quiet while it's moving fast. I want to show you guys something. So in my last video, I said how having less unsprung weight is going to help with suspension performance because that wheel is going to be better able to adapt to all the bumps and jumps in the surface because it can move much faster because it's lighter versus having a big battery on the rear rack. I want to show you guys that in real time. We're going to use my drone to follow me around so you can see the rear wheel moving and working real time. So hopefully you guys can see that. The rear wheel is very quickly adapting to the terrain, moving at a much faster rate than if it had a bunch of weight strapped to it. And that'll give you guys a more comfortable riding experience, and it'll give you better grip because the tire will have more consistent traction the whole time. All right, steep hill climb test. We're in boost mode. We're gonna start at the very base. 3, 2, 1, boost mode, hill climb test, go. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. That is even better than last time. I think last time we were at 6 or 7 miles an hour. And that was even faster. Going down this hill is gonna feel good as well. Those brakes are working wonderfully. Let's do something crazy. Let's start in the middle of the hill and see what happens. This is gonna be insanely challenging for the bike and for me as well. Hopefully the bike doesn't wheelie. All right, here we go, 3, 2, 1, go. my God. We made it. That was a rider skill issue. Let's try that again. That's insane that it even moved. If you guys have ever tried these single rear geared hub motor e-bikes before, you know that is a tall order. That's something that only mid-drive e-bikes can do. All right, let's try this again. That's crazy. Middle of the hill. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Boost mode. No, it's not gonna do it. What if I pedal a little bit? Here we go. Pedaling a little bit. Okay, there we go. Once it gets going, yeah. So from 0 to 5, it'll just barely not be able to do it. But if you give it a little bit of assist, it's good. So it still doesn't have quite the power of an e-moto or high-powered mid-drive, but we're close. We are really close, guys. This is one of the most impressive geared hub motors I've ever been on. And of course, with a rolling start, you'll go up easy. I did feel the front wheel wanting to lift up going up that hill. This thing is crazy. This little bike is something else. Let's head on back. So smooth on this terrain. I really feel that suspension working wonderfully. There we go. From the trails, back on the road, to going 50 miles an hour. Let's do the Sidewalk of Doom test, shall we? Very bumpy sidewalk. That suspension is very good. D&M air shock, good amount of travel, fully adjustable. And again, guys, if you want to save $175 off of your purchasing price on this bike, use code MAX175. Currently, Escape Electric Bikes is doing deposits for pre-orders on this bike, and the whole batch is currently built. It is ready, waiting to be shipped. Once it arrives August 12th, you'll just have to pay the remaining amount. Total price ends up being $27.74. No taxes for out-of-state purchases. Shipping is free. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's a good deal for a high torque 50 mile an hour e-bike with very good suspension, 72 volts, 35 amp hours of battery life, and it is an American-based company. Go ahead and use the link in the description below to get more info on this bike, or you could just scan the QR code on the screen. It'll bring you straight to Escape Electric Bike's website. I'm glad Joel texted me about boost mode, because otherwise I wouldn't have made this video. I really want to make sure you guys get as much info as possible on this bike so you know exactly what you're buying. This thing is sick. If you were to buy something for well under $3,000 just to be a good all-around e-bike, and you just had to have one e-bike, something that doesn't look like a Sur-Ron, doesn't look like a moped style e-bike, but in many cases goes much faster than a lot of those bikes. In fact, this has a higher top speed than a stock Sur-Ron. And it has a similar amount of torque too, which is insane. However, they did make it so this thing does not wheelie, and I'm actually really happy about that. I'm not a wheelie guy. I don't know about you guys. The low end torque of this bike seems to be just enough, just before that level where the front wheel starts to lift off the ground. And that is it for today's video, folks. Until next time.